Hello, everybody. Back with Robin Live. Hi, Robin.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How is
I thought you were going
everyone?
to start singing
Yeah.
by the tone of the hello.
Yeah. Well,
Singing?
maybe.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
You remember when I was
We'll lose.
little?
We'll
Do you remember when
lose.
I was a kid, like 7, and I couldn't with T-ball, and the guy told me don't quit my day job?
Yeah.
Similar on the singing. You
Yeah.
probably don't want to quit your day job,
Yeah. I know. I like
right?
to sing in the shower a little bit, as you know.
Yeah, but it's different than if you go in front of the crowd,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
of the people.
I still shouldn't quit my day job for what I do in the shower with the singing, but
Right. That's true. So, well, all of Western New York feels bad.
yeah. Not all of Western
No,
New
no,
York.
no. There's people that don't like the Bills, of course, but you know what I mean.
Right.
I still say they shouldn't have put that picture with the crown on his head. I
Yeah.
think that's you don't want to do that when you want to put crowns on people's heads until they've become king or they queen or they've won something.
Yeah.
Can't do it. That always is bad luck. I'm telling you, what they're going to have to do is because now they've made something into a like what would you call it? They've made something into a curse,
Right.
and that's going to be a curse. That picture will be the curse of the reason why they don't win from here this time with this group if they don't get rid of it. They better get over there with some blue paint and roll it out
Yep.
and wait until all you got to do is not have the crown.
Right.
You don't want the crown. You could have had the picture with the guy in the helmet and in the helmet,
Sure.
or just the picture for some unknown reason. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're asking for trouble when you do that shit.
Yeah.
Can't do it. You'll lose. Um, what else has been going on? I'm trying to think. After that was the big deal last week, really.
Yeah. That
Um,
was the
the main story. Last night we talked about violence and stuff in the city.
really sad.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's. I think we really kind of brought it all yesterday about how violent and how poverty, like Gail said, all intermingles with the violence. So it really, it's one hand and another. And of course, Niagara Falls doesn't have what it takes, I don't think, right now to come out from under it. I don't even know how you would. That's the other thing. I want to find the city that has done that.
Right.
This is the perfect city of 1980s, 1970s, and 80s prosperity turned to 90s and the early 2000s of, whatever the other word is of prosperity, because that's what it was. And it is, and I want to find that city that's recovered and how'd they do it.
I would love to know that too.
I don't know if they did. I don't know if you can. That's sad. I don't know if you can. I
Yeah.
really don't. I can't say. I don't see how. It certainly isn't by. Um, I mean, what?
Well, it's affecting our young people. Obviously, are the
Yeah,
ones that are committing the crimes, and they're the ones that are being victimized by the crimes.
Chris is here. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Right.
Um. So I would say, I mean, whatever it is that we have to do, I think we have to start young
Right.
with kids, with some kind of youth outreach.
But what to what? I mean, the problem is
And we need to give them
beyond.
something to do around
I think
here
the
too.
problem is beyond the outreach, though. And it's not what just happened on South Avenue with Gail and Jerry and I think Noel knew the family. So it's not let's take them out of it because only reason saying is we know a lot of kids come from different families than that kind.
Right.
And it could be white, black, I don't care what. There is parents that if we're at 47% poverty almost in the city, or people at risk, if not, I think it's like 30, whatever the hell it is, but then the people at risk, it doesn't really matter, because I think it's more them. It's the parents.
Right.
Because if they're not working or if they can't find a job, if they're selling drugs, if they're doing anything, if they're just not home.
Right. Or if they, I mean, sometimes if they are working
Right. And then,
and they're working two
but
jobs.
yes, but if they're working and not getting paid enough
Right.
to where the kid wants things,
Yes.
Now you got a problem.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Even the two jobs won't work.
With the price of rent here in Niagara Falls, I mean, there's people who might have to work two jobs just to pay rent and buy food.
Right. So the kid that wants things that every other kid or other kids may have, or some of the other, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And as they get older, you know, it's a mess. The other thing is that, you know what I heard, speaking of prices before we get into your story? I was talking to somebody on Facebook, and Donna Prezella, I can always say her name wrong. Anyways, she was saying that she found a place. I wish I could remember the amount. How many? This is about chicken wings because we're talking about prices. Whatever. I wish I'll tell you later, but I don't remember. But she was buying them. She can buy them for 33 cents a wing. Make them at home. Her thing was, if I can buy them for that, what are the restaurants buying them for?
Right.
And then why is it so expensive?
Right.
And that people just gotta stop buying them from them and make them yourself.
Yes.
Because if you can find them for 30 some cents, 35 cents, I asked her where. I gotta find out so I can tell everybody, and maybe we can even go.
Yes.
Because if you have an air fryer, if you have a deep fryer, I don't care what you have.
Right.
You're better off than paying those incredible. What is it? $50 for 50 wings? Maybe more now? 65, something crazy?
At least $1. $1 a wing now, plus, I guess, is good.
And I think it's plus, right? You're talking 60 some dollars for 50 chicken wings these days. So I think if people want to live by supply and demand, that's what one ass said in the thing, about the free market and all that stuff. Well, that's fine. Free market, I hope everyone just stops going and getting them. Yeah. Just stop. Stop. Because if a person can personally buy them somewhere for 35 cents a wing, then what the hell? Like, there's no doubt the restaurants are going to be right at least at 35 cents a wing. Right. Let's say.
Yeah. I mean, if they're capitalizing on this and making extra money because of the prices and everything, then I think, yeah, I would boycott.
Well, they are. They obviously are. Yeah. How could she get them for that price? They're getting them for more? But even if they're getting them for more, what are they getting for 50 cents a wing?
Right. Yeah.
And what are you getting them for? If someone at their house could get them for 35.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. I can't wait to hear where she's getting them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know where.
I really can't wait.
But I just know that when you think of that and those price, I mean, I can't even imagine, like, thinking back to when you'd have a party or something way back when the kids were younger. Yeah. That's crazy. Uh-huh. The whole thing, you get 50 chicken wings and a tray of pizza. Right. It's got to be over $100 now. Yeah. I'm assuming. Yeah.
And that's really a shame because you can't have, I mean, families get together, they want to eat, you know what I mean?
Well, certain things, you don't want to sit there and eat things like you'd eat every day.
Right.
It's special stuff. It's a party. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. $16, right? For 24 wings. That's how much a wing?
It's under $1.
So. It's under $1, yeah. So it's about 16. I don't even know. I'm not good with the math. Can't even think. $12 would be 50 cents a wing. So it's 16. So it's probably about 65 cents a chicken wing. Yeah. Whatever.
Probably about right.
That's under $50 for 50 wings. Yeah. That's what you get at Tops. Right. That's what you get at Tops. You can spend $16 and get 24 chicken wings basically to cook at home. Right. So even that, what are they? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, even as the person bringing it home from Tops, it's a lot cheaper. Yeah. Because I can spend, if I'm getting 24, let me spend $32 and I'll get 48. Yeah. And then there you go. You don't need them. And I think it's about time maybe we just stop using them. Yeah. Because that attitude that I read says it all. Yeah. They're begging you. They're goading you. They're almost antagonizing you. Because this was a restaurant owner too who said this. They're almost antagonizing you. So all right. Screw it. Yeah. I don't have to go to a pizzeria. I don't really care. I don't have to go to a restaurant to get that stuff. No, you actually make it better at home. We can. Anyone can. And the pizza stuff, that's even cheap. That is even more ridiculous. Yeah. How cheap it is to make that at home too.
Oh my God, yes.
Because with the invention of an air fryer, And some people do have deep fryers too. But if you have I mean, you don't. You just hey, Dominic, you just don't need that. You don't need them. You don't need them at those prices. When
Right.
I saw that she gets them for 35 cents somewhere, and I know I get them for 60 cents, 65 cents at tops,
Right.
then what like well, there's no way that the restaurant's not doing 25 cents probably.
Right. Probably, yeah.
If not, but then there was that bullshit about the chicken wing shortage.
Right.
Okay.
And allegedly that's why the price of eggs is so expensive too, right?
Well, I don't know what, because the bird flu? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was a chicken problem.
But yet chicken breast didn't go up.
Right.
I can get those things kind of similar in prices they always been. That part of the chicken's okay.
Weird, right?
But I know this at Tops, I'm buying 24 chicken wings for $16. And why would I bother anymore going to those people?
Right.
And it all dawned on me just because of the guy who was in there who was talking like that. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Free market, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I will go on a tirade over time here on these podcasts and find other things and just say, let's boycott them.
Yeah.
Why go?
Right. And speaking of which, we're going to have some great hot sauce coming for the people that you can use for your chicken wings.
Soon. Very soon.
Yeah.
I can't even say who or how or when, but they will be.
Yeah.
It will be good. We tested some. It was pretty good. Pretty interesting. Never had anything like that before. It had a mixture. It was definitely a Frank's Red Hot kind of chicken wing sauce that you're used to with butter and everything. But there was some it was really good with the garlic in it. I've never had anything like that. Usually you'll get the sweet garlic or the parmesan, if you want something different. This is kind of a mixture of both.
Right. It
was kind of good.
Yeah, it was really good. Really
Hopefully
good.
it'll come out soon.
Yeah.
They're looking for manufacturers and looking for places because you obviously got to make it in
quantity.
I think they're going to try to start bringing them out to these restaurants or whatever. Let's see, Dominic says, I just got back from the grocery store. I'll post a picture later. The eggs aren't even on the shelf. What? For nearly $10. Oh, yeah. Just like the toilet paper shortage. It's sad. Yeah. Yeah. If you want 18 eggs are $10.
Oh, my God.
Remember, it's 9. It's 9 plus. It's almost 10. Because the dozens, you're lucky if you get them for 5. But I'm telling you, chicken wings, they can go to hell. Don't try to. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Don't antagonize me.
Right.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Don't care what I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't care what you do. I just don't care. I'm so sick of it. How in the hell? See, I can only imagine what must be going out to breakfast these days at a big place. Could you imagine like a Denny's?
Right.
What could they possibly charge for what they used to?
I know. Well, that's the thing. Like, where can families go now either to go out for a cheap meal?
Don't go.
Or what can they buy that's
Nothing.
cheap in the supermarkets? Everything is
Stay home.
Ridiculous.
Stay home.
And eat what?
Nothing. I mean, I don't know. But we were just talking about this. I mean, the other thing is, though, well, I'll say what's still okay if you are like Italian food. You can still make sauce and macaroni at a reasonable. It's still reasonable. Wouldn't you say it is? It's gone up, but it's definitely still reasonable.
Right.
Reasonably priced. It's the meats and the eggs that are unreal.
But try to make like hot dogs and French fries.
Oh, they're expensive.
Yeah. $7 for a bag of fries?
Yeah, the fries have gone through the roof.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, no, they've gone through the roof. I mean, I don't understand though. This guy, I mean, if I find the place, 30 cents, 35 cents a chicken wing, it shouldn't take, it's no brains.
Yeah.
I make it at home.
Definitely.
But I'm getting them for 65 cents a chicken wing, and it's no brainer.
Right.
To make them from home.
Yeah.
$16, right? So $32. I get 48 chicken wings. There you go.
Right. Yeah.
And then the pizza itself is simple.
Oh my God.
And cheaper and better because it just is.
It just is. Yeah.
And better for you.
Yeah.
Just like, I'll tell you Chris says Nax is pretty reasonable right now. Their breakfasts. Well, that's good. I bet you the little places are.
Yeah.
I bet you they still are.
Right.
But I just wonder, the pizzeria thing, outrageous today.
Yeah.
When I read that, I'm like, you know what? Go fuck. You can shove it.
Yep.
Don't antagonize me not to go there because I don't really care.
Right.
I
Yeah.
could care less. I don't need to go to those places. None of them.
No.
I mean, because you want my support being look because you're a local business. Well, don't try to
Yeah. Throw it in my
yeah,
face that
antagonize
you're.
me
Yeah.
that you supply and demand. Well, you're going to see
Yeah.
the free market work if you keep on talking.
Mm-hmm.
It'll work good when I just stop going to your place and get and you get nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And I hope other people will do well. We'll go on to that. By Monday, I'll have more. By
Yeah.
the time we go on to Citizens United, I'll have more about that. I'll have the name for you. I'll have the place. I'll have everything.
Perfect.
And you know what? The name of the person you're gonna love. Because of course it's gotta be someone who's a complete just
Oh, I can't wait.
you know what I mean? I don't even know. Screw it. It's not even funny. It's when I tell you the name later, you'll be like, oh no kidding. Why not?
Right.
Of course they would be. And it's not the little bakery, so it'd be okay. So it's not them.
It's not them. Is it on the same street?
No,
Not on.
no. It's not. No, it's not. Dominic says, even pizza to make at home is so simple, fresh dough ball or homemade, and you can make it 10 times better than at Buzzy's. I agree. Heat up your own oven, the highest, let it heat up, and it cooks real fast. Yeah, it does. I know. I've been doing it the last couple weekends. Um, Same thing. Just put the oven up to like 450, 500, or it'll go. It's done in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The chicken wings in the air fryer are really good.
They are.
It does no different than being in oil. It then comes down to your sauce. Are you good enough? You got to figure out how to make that sauce right the way you like it.
Right.
It's all on that.
And
So
then, I mean, when we're talking the price of chicken wings, that's not even including if you get them delivered.
yeah, forget it. Well, that's what this guy was complaining about. The guy, the restaurant guy, talking about overhead and light. I don't give a damn. I don't want to hear it. You've gone. You've you're going above and beyond.
Right.
No one's telling you not to make money. But if someone's buying them for 35 cents a chicken wing, if you're getting them even at 35 cents a chicken wing, and you're charging what you're charging, you're a disgrace.
Right.
And you don't get my help from the community because you're fucking the community.
Right.
So why should the community help you?
Right.
So go to hell.
I can't wait to
you
find
get nothing.
out who it is.
Oh, please. You're gonna. Let's see. Jerry says the Dems' war on fossil fuels has set everything skyrocketing in price. When truckers have high costs for diesel, there you go. Yep, that doesn't hurt. And I think COVID was the igniter. I think COVID kicked everything right off.
Yeah.
Because at that point, then, oh my God, supply chain, all that shit.
Well, and I think COVID was purposeful, not was purposeful because everything was going along so smoothly.
Right.
I mean, think of how reasonable prices were, gas prices, everything under President Trump before COVID hit.
Well, Jesus Christ. COVID knocked everything in the next week. COVID brought it above and beyond anything we've ever seen.
Yeah.
No president had that going on.
Right.
Like going on after COVID. Latinas must be making money. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Because I can only imagine they have to buy them too. They don't have their own chickens.
Right.
So I can only imagine what they're doing. Yeah, I don't think they're slaughtering them yet over there on the city market, but maybe we'll have that soon. I saw those idiots with the chickens that time on 80th Street.
Yeah.
Walking across to Pine Plaza.
Yeah.
Remember I told you?
Yeah.
They had chickens, and the one had them by the throat, the chicken. It was the most unbelievable thing I ever seen turning down that street and turning into that.
I got the conspiracy theory picture of the goat being
slaughtered on Pine and Portage. Yeah. There was a goat. That was actually in Saddam Hussein's house.
Yeah, if you looked at it, it was like a pallet. I'm like, what?
Yeah, where's that? Yeah, it was
the gas station because
that's where it was in the gas station.
Yeah.
But it looked like Saddam and his kids. Their house at least.
Right.
Price gouging, yes, Dave, and it's disgusting. And then they even throw it in your face. They can go to hell. I don't have to support them. I could care less about them.
Yeah.
Little bakery must get supplies dirt cheap if they can give it away. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh.
They must have their own. They must mill their own flour. They must for that. They must get their own oil, like right from the olive. They must do everything.
Yeah.
They must almost be like the Amish. They must just be unbelievable. How crazy those guys are, huh?
Makes you wonder if the bread is just
who knows? It's a figment of our imagination. Maybe that's what it'll be. It'll be like a hologram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like getting the ducks from Duck Island years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, the little bakery. Holy Christ. Yeah, they're just they don't even give a damn.
No. And for anyone out there that doesn't know, the Little Bakery supports Nick D'Angelo.
Oh yeah, make sure everyone knows.
Who's a serial rapist.
Right.
So don't let their free bread and their terrible pizza fool you into thinking that they're good people. They're not.
Of that.
They're terrible people.
We made the pizza home, just like better.
Yeah,
it was like Trucello's pizza. It's very easy to make that pizza, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's just really old-fashioned pizza. It's not that difficult.
And Dominic had a good idea there to let the oven heat up for an hour. And
Yeah. Well, then it's done in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's in and out. You start getting into more figuring out how to roll it out. You practice, and you'll get it. It's not that hard.
I'll gladly be the.
You can taste test. I've been practicing.
Tester. Yeah, you keep practicing.
It's getting better. It's
delicious.
It's getting better. I got to start making my own dough though. I think that'll be kind of nice.
Yes, please.
Anyways, we did that for 20 minutes. I knew I was pissed off about the chicken wings. It was just annoying.
I didn't even know about.
No, it just hit me. I forgot all about it. It happened today. I was out Instacarting. I was happened to look at Facebook, and I'm like, oh my god. And I seen what Donna said, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm reading the comments, like, oh, some of these people are real assholes in here. Are you kidding me? I mean, I couldn't believe what I was reading, but okay, that's fine. Supply and the free market will maybe rear its ugly head then.
Yeah.
The way it should. Smart ass. Anyhow, why don't we talk about something here? Wait a minute. It's 22 after 6. I don't know if we should take a break and come back and talk about what we got today about Centennial Park a little bit and some other stuff. We've got some new stuff and some stuff that's going on around here. I wasn't going to do this, but there's some things in the city that are just outrageous happening right now that are stories that aren't even close to being told. It's unbelievable. The shit that's happening. And use a pizza stone. The dough cooks nice that way. Oh, I'd love to. We got to get one of those.
Yeah.
All right, guys, why don't you hang on just for a minute? We only got a minute or two of commercials.
Yeah, stay with us. We want your comments.
And we'll be right back. Yeah, because there's some stuff about Centennial Park to talk about and a few other things. So we will be back in a moment.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Hotline it's a place to feel supported and heard.
It's a place to feel validated and to be reminded that you're not alone. It's a place to feel safe.
The National Sexual Assault Hotline connects survivors and their loved ones with support.
There are 2 ways to connect, by telephone or online chat.
800-656-HOPE directs people to their nearest sexual assault service provider.
We can talk you through what happened and offer resources for long and short-term support.
Visitors to online.rain.org will chat with one of our support specialists.
The service is available 24/7 and it works like other instant messaging and chat services you may be familiar with. We can talk you through what happened. We're here to listen and not judge, no matter what happened or when it happened.
We offer resources for recovery. Whether you call or chat, everything you share is confidential.
We never ask for personal information like your name, age, or location.
Chat sessions are never stored, so everything you share is anonymous. RAIN's hotline staff goes through an extensive screening and training process.
And all chats are overseen by an online hotline supervisor to make sure that you have a good experience.
Get help today by visiting online.rain.org
or by calling 800-656-HOPE.
Support is now available in Spanish by visiting rain.org/es. You are not alone.
You deserve support.
We are here for you.
We are here for you.
We are here for you.
Of course, don't forget your local YWCA in any county in America that you're in. They're there, and they're there to help you too. But RAIN's a great place to start.
Yeah, RAIN is great, and they'll get you to the closest YWCA. RAIN was the one that connected me. I know we talk about it a lot at the end of the shows, but just real quick, RAIN was the one that connected me with the YWCA, and they were amazing too. I remember, I'll never forget, it was a Sunday afternoon and we were just sitting here, talking about what I should do. And I started calling places, and they helped so much and got me in contact with the people who ultimately did the counseling. So I hope that people don't just tune out the commercial while they're watching. It's, we got a lot of survivors and a lot of people who are the supporters of survivers. So use RAIN.
Yeah, definitely. They're incredible. They have great stats too that they put out. Talking about, like, last night we saw this every 68 seconds someone's sexually assaulted. That comes from RAIN.
Right.
And that's because RAIN will have more accurate ones, because a lot of times people aren't going to the police and reporting it, but they'll talk to RAIN.
Yeah.
So they can have more accurate, and there's not even that accurate, because think about it, it's even worse than that.
Oh,
because people don't call, there's even, because there's going to be people that just do nothing about it. I mean, that's understandable. They just want to move on. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
All right. We've talked about this plan before, and there was a thing the other day, Mark Shear, thank you for the nice article you did about all of our podcasts, Citizens United, me and Noel, and all of them, yours.
Yes, Mark. And
wrestling show and sports show. Thank you very much.
Incredible article. Thank you, Mark.
Here, but on that day, in the top page was Centennial Park. There's John Daly Boulevard. I think that's Fall Street. I don't even know. I can't see. I think, is that Fall Street up there? I can't see it. Anyways, whatever.
Yes.
So there it is. There is the looking. I guess the thing that would be an ice skating rink will be a splash pad or splash thing in the summer.
Right.
It will turn into an ice skating rink. There will be there is a humongous, going to be a big, obviously, they're talking now 7,000 seat stadium.
I know. Along
with this big, obviously you need parking, so they have a parking ramp, but on top of the parking ramp is going to be where you can do, there's going to be all kinds of stuff, like you can do, I think they're going to have like restaurants and shit above and things like that, is what they're talking about.
Right.
All right, but now you got to get to the point. It's a great, well, whatever you want to call that plan, it's a plan, but you got to get to the point of that and is own.
Just real quick, there was a second, there's going to be a second smaller arena, right?
I think there's going to be something like that.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, but you don't know if it's really going to be an arena, though, from what I read.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be more like a center, your convention center, but not like the size of the one we had.
Right, okay.
Anyways, you got to get the land, though, because NFR owns it.
Right.
And NFR owns 140 acres of land. That's only 12 acres. City Hall, of course, unanimously decided, right, to go forward.
Yes, on November 23rd.
On their plans.
Yes.
The
city council.
Yeah, and the mayor, of course, unanimously. Now, the mayor is there's negotiations still going on with NFR.
Right.
Because if those negotiations break down, then eminent domain would be started, which, if no one knows, you know what eminent domain is, when the public the public can buy private property for the good of the public, basically.
Right.
And
as long as the landowner is fairly compensated.
right, that have to be fairly compensated. So, but right now the compensation's in question.
Right.
Because
I've got some info
Well,
on that.
okay.
But before that, I've got a question for you.
sure. And anyone else out there answer it if you hear.
Yeah. So at the beginning, when I was reading this article, it said that NFR and a company called Blue Apple Properties filed this petition. Who is Blue Apple Properties?
It's the first time hearing really of them, but I got to imagine it's just someone who's maybe maintains property for NFR. That's what I could think of.
Okay.
I have no idea who they are. That's the first I've ever heard of Blue Apple Properties, honestly.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's, I don't know if it's property management. There'd be nothing really to manage. I'm not positive on who they are. I could have just looked. I didn't even know. I could have looked it up and see who they are. I don't know who they are.
Okay. Well, I guess
I never heard of them. I don't
Right.
know, but obviously they must be, whatever. Maybe NFR has branched out into another division. I don't know.
Right.
Um,
Right.
But anyways, it's still who they are. And go ahead, more.
And then the other thing was the petition. And anybody that doesn't know, the petition that was filed challenged the findings that Centennial Park would be a public benefit. But in the article, I read that the petition that NFR filed was filed 2 days after the deadline. Is that okay? Is that a problem? I mean, they said it, but they didn't really say if there was any consequences.
There must not have been, because if there was, I'm sure someone would be celebrating the
Right.
consequences.
Yeah.
It's still their land, though.
Isn't that
I
odd
don't know.
though? Like if I miss the deadline,
Yeah, they don't care.
something's happening to me. Like if I miss the deadline,
Who
to
was the
pay
petition going to? Did it say? Because I don't
let's
know.
see. I know it's to the appeals court.
Well, I'm sure their lawyers can fix that. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a way of making that be fine. You know what I'm talking about? This is billionaires. Right. They can do what it works out. They have a different set of rules. You know that. There's different laws for them.
Unbelievable.
There is. It's different. I mean, you can see it's different just for people that aren't millionaires.
Right.
You see it right here.
Yeah.
You see how fast the judicial system can work if those people want it to work. And you see how slow it can grind, right?
Right.
D'Angelo is the example.
Yeah.
And there's others, but D'Angelo's the big example.
Right.
So, all right. So now what's the issue with the amount? How much is that land worth?
So NFR is claiming that the 12 acres of land would be worth in excess of $11 million. However, they were in an unrelated tax assessment proceeding. And in the tax assessment proceeding, they claimed the property was worth $45,000 an acre, which would put the land at $540,000.
Remember when the city, this was before this mayor was there, got in trouble for over assessing and had to pay them back?
Had to pay them back.
That's what this sounds like, part of it.
Yes.
Since they were trying to lower the assessment. So here you go.
Right. So I mean it's crazy. So which side is more crooked? They're like,
well, there's part of that article they say that they've fallen out of favor with the city.
Right.
I don't know when they ever were in favor. Probably back in, God, they were out of favor when Anello was mayor. I mean, when you think about it,
right.
As soon as they start putting fences up around stuff I don't think they've ever been in favor. There's some people out here who have said crazy shit to me. Oh, NFR's done some good things. I don't know what that is, but you know what it is? You know what it is? NFR will sponsor the block clubs, or NFR will sponsor. It's similar to the loser politicians doing hot dog giveaways.
Right.
They did some good things. They give us hot dog. It's kind of similar, I think.
Right.
But yeah, let me see here. The plan for the data center, I think, was just to up the value. Yeah, there was a plan. That's right. For the that data center plan. Do you have anything on that?
Yeah, I do.
What is that? Refresh my memory.
So NFR is claiming that they want to construct a $1.4 $8 billion technology and data center. The NFR rep says that this would create 5,600 construction jobs over multiple years and 550 permanent jobs, generating a total of $30 million in wages.
And as Dave said, remember that was done 2 days after the city proposed eminent domain.
Right.
Is when they came with that. With no plan, there was nothing.
Right.
Now the city of Niagara Falls,
now, but isn't that now if that see? And here's the thing that drives me crazy, because that sounds like such a great idea to me. Like, I think we need good paying, stable jobs here in Niagara Falls more than we need an arena. But the whole thing is NFR hasn't done anything in 25 years, so why would they do anything now?
Yeah, like Dave says, and I was going to say it, he says it right there, it's to increase the land value.
Right.
But as you know, but I'm saying, I don't even know if that's the right place for a data center, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because down there, I mean, look, we're either going to be, there are parts that have to be tourism.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that was what we use. The data center is equivalent to Oxy on Buffalo Avenue we talked about last night.
Right.
You see what I mean? The data center being there is kind of foolish. It should be somewhere else. I mean, I don't know. This whole plan here's the problem with the plan. Then now, even though I'm not sure where I'm at on the plan as far as if I like it, not like it, as far as the arena, the whole deal.
Right.
What I don't like is they had to get the whatever St. John, Bolden St. John, or whatever the fuck they were called,
right,
to go be. They had to pay them like how it was a crazy amount of money, and a month to go and lobby in Albany. There's people doing assessments for the city. They're all tied in with them. There's plans being, they do their own. What do you call it?
I think this might be one of my questions.
Okay,
the independent appraisal.
Yeah, these independent appraisals.
Yes.
That are not.
I want to, who is doing this independent appraisal, and are they connected?
Yes.
To the city?
Of course.
Of course.
Because why would they not be? Because they're not. You're going to get an independent appraisal, and it's going to come back and say, "Hey, don't do it."
Right. Well, no. Right now they're doing an independent appraisal of the property value. So who does that?
Whoever the city would be favorable to them. Both sides would take whoever's favorable to them. But to do it, I don't know then who does it as an impartial.
That's what I mean. Know. Who is the?
There's got to be someone. There would have to be, because when it goes to court in a courtroom,
Because allegedly, according to this article, the mayor said that the city is going to put forth an offer to NFR once this independent appraisal of the.
It'll be turned down.
Of course it will be, but
because it goes from 540,000 to 11 million. So there's going to be somewhere in the middle.
Right.
Put the data center where the crypto mines are on Buffalo Avenue. Good idea. Tony says hello. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah. I mean, put the crypto center. Yeah, that's a good idea. You don't want to have.
That's a good idea.
You're trying. The data center, like I said, is Oxy. The Oxy of 1980 now is Oxy of 2023.
Right.
Where you're going to get 550 jobs, all this other shit. But it can't be there.
No.
It's got to be somewhere else. NFR is just a joke.
I mean,
NFR is a joke. NFR is a complete joke.
Yeah.
But then City Hall's problem is they can't do anything that is not kind of under the table or weirdly done. Like, how they're going to do their own. There's an assessment being made too on, will it help the city or not?
Right.
Is it worth it? How much money are you going to lose? How much money is going to be made? Is it worth it?
Right.
And we've got two different things.
Yeah, but didn't they already? Yeah, they concluded the assessment.
What at best they were going to lose at best they would lose $400,000 a year or something crazy.
Right.
Or something, and at worst it'd be like, I don't know, $250,000.
And the city council.
I don't have the numbers.
Got this report before they voted unanimously to go forward with the plan.
You do want to get the land back from NFR some way. You do need to get it back. One way, or they should have done eminent domain a long time ago.
Right.
You really do. You want to have that. You don't want to have them. You want all 140 acres. Good.
Right.
Needs to come back.
And that's all prime tourist land, right?
Yeah, that's all it is. No, it's unbelievable. I mean, the turtle. Think where the turtle is and where it enters the park.
Right.
I mean, that's unbelievable. Could you imagine if you? I mean, I don't think you'd ever do this, but let's say there was a. Can you imagine if that was? Can you imagine if the turtle, instead of being that turtle, was a restaurant and an event in there? The way that thing looks.
I know.
I mean, as ridiculous as it looks, you might people think it looks ugly and whatever, but you could use that in a way. That is, I mean, if that building is in a big city, that's being used in some way, in incorporation with the look of it, everything.
Right.
And people like to go in there. That's just what tourists do.
Right. But, it's one of I mean, it's one of the only nice looking.
Well, kind of. I was kind of disgusted. I thought when it originally went up, Big Turtle.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cool.
It is if you do the right things in there. They never did anything in there.
Right.
But it wasn't. Now it's NFR's land.
Right. Yeah. Now it's nothing.
Let's see.
In my opinion, really, the only good things that we have left in the city are Hyde Park and the aquarium.
Hold on, I got some things I want to bring up here. Dave says we have homelessness, poverty, drug, unemployment, and broken infrastructure. So let's focus on arenas and laying down AstroTurf. Yes, that is
very
Sam Magley Stadium's out of control.
Yes.
That they spent $1.2 million on of COVID money is insane. Because when I try to drive over Packard or Porter Roads Bridge, wow.
Yeah.
There's speed bumps you're hitting. Dominic says when NFR was brought in, were they gifted the land or did they buy the land? And you know what? What a good question. Someone's got to look that up because I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about that. But anyways, good question. You know, and that's something we've never really paid attention to. If it was or wasn't.
Right.
Interesting. I can't remember. See, I'm trying to think back. I should know because it had to be. We had to know.
Right.
I don't remember. Should probably go see if one of us should go see because this might need something.
No, it's okay.
What's she doing? That's our cat going wild. What's she doing?
I mean, you know how she just
she's yelling?
Yell before she goes in the bedroom.
Oh, is that where she is?
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's a good question, Dominic. I'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out for sure.
Should know. Damn it, I can't think. They couldn't have been gifted 140 acres. Could they have? Could they? Well, sure they.
For $1 or something stupid.
Yeah. So like the arena, the whole thing. They're gonna have to pay. What was it? 900. What the hell was it? $90,000 or $100,000 a year for the next 20 years.
Right.
After they get the loan from the state, because that's what they're looking for. That's what the grant writers are doing.
Right.
Because of course we got to have a loan.
Yeah.
Think about that. The Pagulas don't get a loan.
Right.
They just are given $1 billion, $2 billion, whatever it is. The city of Niagara Falls, though, has to get a loan. We have to pay it back because the state isn't grabbing enough from Niagara Falls. We have, we better pay them back.
Yeah. Nothing belongs to the city. It's all the state or Seneca. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go down there, you're no longer on Niagara Falls land. You get to a point where it is now either a territory or a state. It's one or the other. You almost, it's kind of sick when you think about that. So anyways, there's going to be an assessment made too. There was one already, but I think they're going for another one as far as, is this going to be good? Because NFR says it's not.
Right.
It's not going to be good. It does nothing. Because that's why they're saying you can't get it because it's not for public.
Right.
It's not public use. Right.
Yeah.
Public's good. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say because here's the thing.
And by the public's good, they would define it as making money for the city, I guess.
Maybe, yeah, I guess, or maybe. See, that's the thing. That's the gray area. I don't know. I mean, are they talking about build playgrounds? I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean.
But I'm not going to build playgrounds down there.
Like, I don't necessarily know that Centennial Park in any way at all benefits the residents. I think it's
does any arena? Does any arena?
What I mean.
But they say they do.
But are we talking?
Well, it'll benefit Niagara County. It'll benefit Niagara Falls, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, how does the Bill Stadium benefit anything? It benefits Erie County. It benefits, I I don't know. I know it doesn't benefit me here in Niagara Falls, but still, they are going to get those billions of dollars without having to pay it back. And here we have to pay back all of our loans. I'm torn. Look, I'm always on top of things when it comes to rent and homelessness. I mean, we talk about this all the time. Rent is way too high. It's a circus. It's a joke. It's guys. It's as bad as the chicken wings we were talking about earlier. The rent. But let's see. We got a question here. Does anyone know what's going on with old baseball diamonds at 9th, 10th, and Fall Street? You know what's going to happen there? That's going to be that. That's got to be part of this. I don't know how it wouldn't be.
Right.
Because where that is, let me bring up that picture. Because everything can't be in this school. All right, the picture, there's John Daly Boulevard, there's Falls. 10th and Falls is where the social services building is.
Right.
Across the street, I used to practice baseball there when I was a little kid. I mean, that's just open land.
Are they going to get rid of the social services building?
No one said anything about that yet. No one has made that claim. I haven't heard that yet. I'm going to assume they'd like to put it somewhere else.
Well, yeah, remember?
Well, that asshole wanted to put it in Middleport so no one could get to it.
Yeah.
That's what that guy said.
Would you be surprised?
Well, no, but you might get the state to step in on that. At that point, you might, I don't know, because there is a thing with social services and like, it's not just county, like the state oversees all that stuff. I think you would probably get someone who would step in and say, all right, you can't put it in Middleport when all the is Niagara Falls.
Right.
Because there's something in Lockport has its own, I believe, thing, because Lockport and Niagara Falls have the most people.
Right.
But
what about the people in Middleport? What do they do?
They probably do a lot of things by phone, wouldn't you assume?
Well, sometimes
probably they do have to come in.
Sometimes social services makes.
I guess they'd have to come in, yeah.
So they just have to go to the Lockport.
Probably, yeah, it'd be the closest. Dominic, NFR says no good. That is like Nick D'Angelo saying he is a community champion. My argument: if they were gifted, then they should be forced to forfeit it. Oh, wait, they cut the grass. If I was the lawyer for the city and the land was gifted, I'd be like, we will back pay for all the times the grass was cut.
Yeah.
They don't even cut it though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many times when I was long time ago, when I worked years ago, we were cutting their grass. And we were working for the county.
Right.
How about that? How about the county work cutting NFR's grass?
Yeah, isn't that something?
It's still going on.
Oh, Scott had a question too.
Scott. Oh, here we go. Will this be next to the Nabisco? But yeah, that's kind of where it is. That's kind of where this is. Yeah, that's kind of where this picture is. Let's go back to it. Where the hell's the picture? Hold on, let me pop it up. That's kind of where that's kind of that.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? Or no, am I wrong? No, it's got to be further. It's closer to, it's really close to the casino.
Right.
More.
Yes.
It's in that kind of area. Where the splash park used to be. Right. More down towards 10th Street. Right. Because where's Nabisco is? Well, Nabisco's right there too. What am I saying?
Yeah, Nabisco
kind of, sort of.
Too, because during the
it's right across.
Of Lights, you figure it was right.
Yeah, so Nabisco, yes. It's near the
No, NFR owns the Nabisco building.
Yeah, that was the big fight. There was a big fight. That was the fight over the assessment. That was where they said, no, we've been overassessed. This isn't worth what you're saying.
The Nabisco building.
Yeah, it was the Nabisco building that was that big fight over.
It's falling apart.
Yes. But we overassessed them.
Right. Of course we did. So what's going to happen is...
Hold on 1 second. Let me read this, okay?
Yeah.
Dave says the state and Kathy Hochul just handed out millions of dollars for some towns in New York to revitalize their downtown area. Why does Niagara Falls have to take out a loan? They gave our arena to the Senecas 20 years ago. That is true. And the surrounding area is still in shambles. Yeah, the NFR land in those high. Well, just go down there if you want to know where NFL our land is down there. Just see the ones that have political signs on them. That's all NFR land. You'll see the mayor and any other Republican. They're all on NFR land.
Right.
And then if you want to see Democrats, they're usually on Montande land.
Right.
You'll see them, or Blue Cardinal Cab. You mostly Montande. You'll see their sign. They're right down the street from us.
Right.
All the Democrat signs.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll see them. You'll see the mayor's signs. You'll see Bax's sign. You'll see that other guy. I can't remember his name. Zajac sign right on their buildings. Right on their front. The funny thing
is, Faso.
Yes, right on their front lawns of these buildings. That's what's hilarious about it. It'll have the little sign that says NFR property, private property, and then right next to it, boom, there's their signs. They don't care.
We stayed at the casino the last time we stayed at the casino hotel. On the way home from the casino hotel, we were like right there, and there was a big NFR sign and then a Tracy Back sign.
Oh, the huge one that has Roger Firmino's name in the
Yeah, and I actually had a picture of it
because it's funny.
Yeah, because it was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you?
Oh, well,
it's like the chicken wing guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna slap us in the face with it.
And the sick thing is, they get elected.
Yeah.
So there you go. You did go. Yeah, they'll slap you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't even know why they bother with signs. I don't even get why. That must be just an ego thing.
It definitely is.
Because it means nothing here. You don't need anywhere, but it really means nothing here. It's you knew who was going to win that election before it kicked off, and not only because too. This is on the electorate, the people that were running. You had some people that just were not going to be elected.
Right.
I mean, there was a group of them that it was just, Jim Perry could have been, and I would have liked him to be, but he wasn't going to because he wasn't part of the group.
Right.
He wasn't part of the club.
But
the others
Jim
were
Perry did
terrible.
wrong? Jim Perry, I think, straddled the middle
because he didn't have enough fight. We already had this talk with him. He didn't have he said
I liked him, and I thought he was.
I think if he was younger, you'd have had a different fight.
Yeah.
But he was just, I understand because I was in the fight for no reason. I couldn't even be elected. And I did the thing with the write-in, but you get my point?
Right.
I was in that fight over just wanting to have which I was trying to do for these idiots, and I shouldn't have even for them by doing that virtual debate. And and look what resulted.
Yeah.
Was the Niagara Falls Democrat chairwoman telling me that I collect data on people to ruin people's lives. No, seriously, that was the result of what we did. That was the result. Yeah. So screw them. Fuck them. I mean it. I could care less. That's why I don't really care much about city politics is useless. I mean, these things are not but it wouldn't matter who's there. There'd be no one there making any different decision. So get that out of your head.
Right.
I don't care who runs, who does what. They can jump up and down. They can say whatever they want. They're not doing anything different. Jerry asked last night. We talked about it. They're there for a couple of reasons. They're there for the pension, to get in the New York State pension.
Right.
They're there because they think they need better health care. And they're there because they need to, they can get themselves a job afterwards with the school board. Or they want to help their firemen or policemen friends.
Right.
And that's it.
Or their ego.
Ego's definitely in there because a lot do it just for ego because they have money.
Right.
Does NFR pay the city tax on those properties they hold? They're supposed to. Yes. Yeah, they should. That Turtle building is a gem. It should be rehabbed. Yeah. Yeah, it's in bad shape too. The way it leaks and stuff.
I think it's cool looking, and I think you could do something with it.
Well, I think it's incredible land. And you can't. And the sad thing is, you can't knock it down. I don't think. I think it's going to end up being something that you can't.
Because it's a historical building?
I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe. But you're not going to be able to knock it down. I know we already had this discussion one time before, and I can't remember why. So that's going to have to...
But you could rehab it, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
You would think so. But since you can't knock it down, I would say put the Turtle in Seattle and see what they do with it. Bring in somebody, and I bet you they would know what to do with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, here...
If you made something that was kid friendly in there, kids would think that was really cool to go in.
Well, now you're talking tourists, and that's who you're doing this for. You're not doing this you're just not.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, the tourist kids. None of this is for the city.
Oh no,
no. But it can't be. But think about it. It can't be.
Right.
How can it be down there? You've been places. You've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
Right.
The problem here is, though, we're not set up for this shit. We're not set up to be a tourist town. We're not Las Vegas or Atlantic City.
No, we're not.
And we were only 3 months out of the year. So how the hell can you be what is killing and will kill forever, and why this place is Youngstown, Ohio, whatever else you want to call it, just lucky to have a border and a falls, I guess, is manufacturing gone to hell, gone away. And that's it.
Nate, I agree with you.
Nate said, I always thought they should have kept the Winter Garden. Yeah. And Deister was the one who said we need to tear it down to open up the view to the falls.
Right.
Yeah. No, the Winter Garden was no reason to bring that. I mean,
no, it was great.
People liked it.
Mm-hmm.
People liked it. It was what a mistake. I mean, if you could rewind the clock, I mean, you would never have given the convention center away, and you wouldn't take down the Winter Garden. Why would you?
Do other cities?
And Rainbow Center was a mess.
Yeah. Do other cities do things for their residents?
No, not in tourist areas. Tourist areas, what are you going to do? But what you do is you're able to. No, because here the problem is our tourist area, we don't get anything like other places do, because everything goes to the state of New York. The only thing we can get is a bed tax, and our bed tax is so low, and it gets split up by everyone. So 5% becomes 2.5%, becomes 1.5%, and then you go to hell. There's nothing you can do. But when you go to Florida or Myrtle Beach, or you go to all these different places, they live off of it.
Right.
The state of Florida don't pay state tax, I don't think, because of their tourism.
Yes.
We can't even, fill a pothole or have salt.
Yeah.
So I don't. It was made this way.
Or managed to not dump huge piles of salt.
Right. It was made this way, though.
Yeah.
There is no mayor that did this.
No.
You know that? None of them.
No.
All the way back to whatever mayor you want to talk about. This came from Robert Moses. This was done for a reason.
Right.
Because that park was going to be state, that was going to be state, and that's it. And the city of Niagara Falls will get nothing. And that's the way it is. And the Robert Moses Parkway, obviously, we know that's a mess. They're ripping those down all over the place now because you want people to go through cities. When back then they're saying, let's go around the city because we don't want to be in it.
Right.
So that's why I don't care if it's the mayor now, to Mayor Lackey, to Mayor whoever. The only thing you could have done was at one point went into Albany and said, we're not going to do this. No, we got to do something different. They'd probably throw you out and arrest you, but at least you'd have done it.
Right.
There's never been that stand, really. There's been some fake bullshit where they go down there with a couple signs, but not to Albany. Well, maybe to Albany, but not really. It's just no one's ever you don't hear no one in City Hall talking the way we are all here.
No.
You think this is a hidden? We're not geniuses.
Right.
Scott says, after this is built, how long after will the casino add a tunnel directly from? I agree. You to the casino to the park. Yeah. The casino, they are going to react.
Oh, yeah.
Because they aren't going to be happy because you're taking stuff from their areas. You know what I mean? That arena will take a lot of events that go into that casino.
Mm-hmm.
And bigger ones.
Right.
So the casino's events won't look that great. I don't even know what they're going to do. That hasn't even been thought of. What do the Senecas do?
Right.
They could build something huge.
Well,
they could do whatever the hell they want.
If they're not on board with it, they will, I believe.
Oh, they'll build anything.
Yeah.
They'll build a skyscraper. They'll build something that'll be ridiculous. Oh, there's no doubt they will.
And
they'll do something.
Can all go to hell.
Well, the residents don't count. They don't matter.
Yeah.
And when it comes to tourism, they really don't. Think about it. You can't even go park downtown without having to pay as a resident.
I know.
You can't go to
You don't even get discounted parking, I don't think.
I'm talking on the street.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone going to that park.
Right.
But here, I mean, even on the street, you're paying. As a citizen of Niagara Falls who's very poor, you would think they'd have something for you. Right. I understand why you want to. Look it. Tax the tourist, not me.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to. Because here's the funny thing. In my mind, we've gone a lot of places with the kids through the years.
Yeah.
Ourselves. Have you ever said, okay, I'm going to book this place here down in Myrtle Beach. You know what? We better not go there. The bed tax is too high. Of course not.
I didn't even know what the bed tax was until you
No.
I mean, I knew what it was, but I didn't know how much it was.
Syracuse is 18%. Why? Why is it 5 here? And then they
Well,
give you the
that's the
extra
thing.
percent to go to Lewiston.
If we're going to decide to be a tourist city, then
It's
how
over.
do we not?
You can't. But you can't be a tourist city here. Like, we can't decide that now. They can say it, but we're not.
But if they're going to say it, can we at least try to take the bed tax so that we can
Right.
get the benefits of being a tourist
Do you realize
city?
the people in Las Vegas, those people that work in those casinos and those hotels, I mean, they're working ridiculous. You see that? They can't even vote.
Right.
All that shit. That's not going to happen here.
Right.
We're not having that here. It's just not the way it is. It's just not. It couldn't be. It was set up to be something different. You can't change it. How do you change that after all these decades? All of a sudden, we're going to go from, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Cleveland, Ohio, Erie, Pennsylvania. We're all of a sudden going to turn from manufacturing to tourism, and everything's going to go okay. It's impossible. And it's generations now. It didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's generations of it. So, tourism is for tourists, and that's the problem when you live in a tourist city. Well, I hate to even say it because we're really not. You can say we are all you want. We're just not.
No.
The falls is there. Good. Great.
Right.
But Dominic, we got some other things. The worst thing also is when Albany came in and took that power authority funds. Yeah.
Yes.
And put it in the state coffers.
It
It just
George Maziarz, right?
just keeps going and going. It just keeps going and going, Nate. And then after you pay to park, you have to worry about getting assaulted and robbed. Yes.
Yes.
And especially weirdly, you'd have to be a citizen to get assaulted and robbed. Because I noticed and I'm glad, but tourists don't get us. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And that's because everything's probably real personal here. Dave, I always thought this area should have an indoor water park like Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah, it would help the tourist industry through the winter months. Also, splash lagoon type. Sure, it should be. We should have something like that.
Yeah.
It would made all. Why would Erie do that and not here? But we know why, right? Think about it. It's all because of it's New York State.
Right.
It's because if they can't get what they want, it's almost like the mafia.
Yeah.
But worse. If the real mafia I'm talking about, the Italian one that used to be around, you can't get in. The state of New York treats it like it's their block.
Right.
And you're not going there to cut the grass on that block if I don't tell you can't cut the grass.
Right.
That's who New York State is.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I don't know. Is it like that in Syracuse? Is it like that in Utica? Is it like that? No. Why is it like it here? I don't know. Well, I know why, because it was made that way.
Right.
And they're not going to break it down. They love it. They love getting all that. I laugh when City Hall puts out the program. Next year they'll put out a certain time and tell me how much money the park made. I don't give a fuck. What do I care?
Yeah.
And they're smiling. They were all over there, our representatives, shaking hands because they were talking about building a hotel on Guild Island.
Yes, idiots.
They're shaking hands. So I don't know. But the governor's in complete control of Niagara Falls.
Oh, well.
And always has been.
Yeah.
It's not just because it's always has been. It was under Deister. It was under all. The government, state of New York is in control. And if you aren't going to do what they want, and that's fine. You shouldn't. You should at least go kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
Instead of.
And nobody ever has?
Not really. They've had little bits and pieces, but it lasts for as long as the get together would be.
Right.
Okay, we're going to get together and we're going to be mad at Goat Island and we're going to go down there. Okay, that lasts for an hour and a half. Maybe the newspaper looks at it at the TV and then it's gone. There's not that next step.
Right.
That's the problem, though, with things. You can all get together and do whatever you want, but you got to take the next step.
Right.
What's the next step?
There's got to be true outrage.
Yeah, there's not. Going back to that indoor water park, they had a private developer wanting to put at the hotel where Fridays is and Starbucks. And it shot them down because Wonder Falls was going to happen. Maybe if I click my heels 3 times, Wonder Falls will appear.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got a lot of scummy people involved. You get Parlato in the mix. You get this one in the mix. You got all these people. Everyone doesn't really care. Now they're just looking for what they can grab from the state. You get them in there. You get all these people. All right, we should probably get ready to go. It's already 7:05. What the hell?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I know. We didn't even talk about the other nonsense. We'll get into another time. What's coming up? Friday. Friday, the Spitball and Sports podcast. We will talk to Scott, of course. We talk about the AFC and NFC Championship, but we're also going to talk about the teams that lost, not just the Buffalo Bills, all the teams that lost, and what is their next step? Like, what are they going to do? What do they have to do to take the next step to get into the conference finals? Thanks, Nate. Nate says, great show.
Thanks, Nate.
They will build the park. Then the mayor will get his photo out. Yeah, and it'll be forgotten.
Yeah.
You're right. Scott, yeah. I mean, it's because the mayor wants a legacy thing.
Oh, yeah.
He said it.
Oh, yeah.
He verbalized it. It's not, I don't even have to tell you. He verbalized it. I know it. I heard it. He said it.
Such a narcissist.
Because like the people that have their name on the wall at the library. That's what that was. The library's a mess. It's a monstrosity. It's decrepit. It leaks. It's been leaking forever, even when there was books in it.
Right, yeah.
But they got their name on there. And to them in 1971 or whenever it was, this, oh my God, this is going to be here for my grandchildren's children to look at and say, oh, look what he did.
Right.
Well, now they don't look because they don't live here anymore because they left.
And they'll all
Friday, we're going to talk about not just the Buffalo Bills, which because our show isn't a Buffalo Bills show. It's a show for the entire country.
Right.
Which we've had people from the Netherlands
I was just
all
say,
the
not
way,
just the country.
California, Florida, all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a good legacy in the courtroom. yeah, he does. But he got away with murder there.
I don't know what he's trying to build the legacy for because everyone hates him. But that's just.
But the sad thing is, no, they don't. Everyone does not. Think about it.
They do deep down.
They outwardly don't say it.
No,
they attack. I've been attacked.
Yeah, they just don't have the balls to say it.
Well, I don't know. You got some people that will, I heard, take a bullet for him. Anyways,
I hope they all do.
Am I going to get through these or no?
No. Sorry.
Friday.
Okay, sorry.
Saturday we do Falls Count Anywhere. We have a guest, Manny Fernandez. Big time, the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez will be with us on that day with Scott, with Chris DiCarlo and Charlie Turner. Like I said, Scott Taggart will be with me Friday. Every team that lost, we're going to discuss about what they can do to get better, to make the next step. And then we'll talk about the AFC, NFC championships, try to have you win money. That's part of what we do as a betting podcast to try and make people hopefully win money. Yep, the Raging Bull will be with us. What?
Can I say that and I think you were as well, 4 for 4 on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were 4 for 4. Yes. We had the Bengals. We knew the Bengals. Nate, right here in this thing, the Raging Bull, he'll be with us this week. Well, it's not. We record at 11 o'clock and we put it out at 2.
Yes.
So it's not live, but it's that day. Nate, though, almost picked he was saying it all week. He almost picked the score.
Yeah.
On there. So,
Nate, I love your posts.
Very funny.
Keep the Bills posts coming.
They're funny.
And
I don't know why people get so offended.
I don't know why they do it.
Anyways, we got other teams we got to deal with. We'll probably talk a little bit about the draft because there's all kinds of shit going on. And then we will be, after this week, getting into other sports. Yeah. Because we'll have to be talking about hockey. The NHL is more than halfway home. And obviously the NBA is right behind them. So, and baseball will start before you know it. I'm a big fan of him, and he loves my stuff in the Bruiser Brody group. Cool. Yep, he'll be with us. I can't wait to talk to him on Saturday. And then that's it. Because then Monday we'll be back with Citizens United.
Yeah.
With me and Noel. And there's a story we're working on that is really unbelievable. You know it. I can't say it because people won't let me yet, but there's some stuff in the city that's happening that, like the mayor getting the police to arrest a political rival.
Yeah.
Possibly. That might be. It's insanity. It's like Russia. It's like more like the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Soviets. Like we have to have maybe that's when the hammer and sickle shirt will come out. I got my Trediac shirt. I'll have to wear it.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we go? I don't know what's on tonight. There's got to be something I can watch.
24/7
Oh, you know what?
Sopranos channel. If all else
but you know what else is good? If there's someone out there that gets like you have like a Fire Stick or whatever. If you're an old hockey fan like I am, that Harold Ballard thing on CBC is unbelievable to watch. You gotta watch it.
It was very good. What I saw of it before I fell
asleep. He shows you why the Maple Leafs are cursed. So until that curse is gone, sadly, the Maple Leafs probably won't ever win. All right, why don't we get out of here, guys? We will see you next week. Thanks for joining us, and thank you always for interacting with us.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Bye.